Hello again, this is Miss D. Today, we will be looking at how we could solve problems involving mixed units of time. Let's go ahead and get started by looking here at slide A. So solve the problem two different ways, then explain how your strategies are similar and how they differ. So you're adding 2 hours 45 minutes to 50 minutes, two different ways. Go ahead. When you're ready, unpause. So let's go ahead and share a couple of ways maybe we might have solved it. So here's one way we could have solved it, right? We could have taken away 15 minutes from the 50 minutes and added it to the 45 minutes to make an hour. So that would have given us 3 hours and 35 minutes. 35 minutes or from the 15 we took away and we added it to the 45. Another way that maybe you added it was just to add those like terms, right? 2 hours and 95 minutes. When we create a number bond here, we get 1 hour and 35 minutes, right? 60 plus 35 gives us back that 95. So 1 hour 35 minutes plus 2 hours gives us 3 hours 35 minutes. The way the strategies are similar in that we're combining like terms, right? We're making sure that we are adding or subtracting the same terms, and we can, as you see here in the 95 minutes, we've converted the 60 minutes into 1 hour and then left the remaining 35 as minutes. Okay, and they're different in that we took away 15 minutes from one addend and added it to the other addend. And the second way, we just added both units together and then renamed them. All right, now taking what we kind of studied from this slide, we're going to apply it to this really fun slide on slide C. So we have here 3 students, and they were asked to find the sum of 3 days, 12 hours, plus 9 days, and 20 hours. So similar to just what we looked at, but we have different units here, right? We have days and hours. They each found the sum a different way, then explained their strategies. Match each student's solution with their explanation by dragging the color card next to the student's solution it matches. So I want you to go ahead and match up the student A, B, and C's work with the correct explanation. So go ahead, when you're done, you can unpause. All right, so let's take a look at student A. So here we see they have 3 days, 12 hours. And they added the 9 days to the 3 days and got 12 days, 12 hours. So they're just adding the days first. And then they added 12 hours from the 20 hours and got 13 days. But they still have 8 more hours, and they added the hours there and got 13 days, 8 hours. Which one of those matched up with what we just explored for student A? Yeah, the green one, right? So this green one here matched up with student A's thinking. Let me just move these down. So this one matched. I added the days first. They added the 9 days first. Next, I completed a day by adding 12 hours. So they added 12 hours to the 12 hours we already had from this first add-in to get 13 days. And then they still had 8 more hours because they took away 12 and added them there to get the 13 days, 8 hours. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at the second student here, student B. So again, they started off with 3 days, 12 hours, plus 9 days, 20 hours, and they got, okay, so they just added the like terms right away. So 3 days plus 9 days gives us 12 days, 12 days plus 12 hours plus 12 hours gives them 32 hours. So 12 hours plus 20 hours, 32 hours. And that becomes 1 day, 8 hours, right? 1 day has 24, and to get from 24 to 32, it's still 8 more hours. So they added the 1 day to the 12 days, got 13 days, and then we're left over with those 8 hours. So let's see which of those matched up. I added like units, then took out a day from the total number of hours. Yep, that matches up with this one, right? Is what they did here. Now that leaves us order of elimination. This explanation goes with this work, but let's examine student C's work. So they did 3 days, 12 hours plus 10 days. Interesting. Yeah, look how close that would have to 10 days. We just needed 4 more hours. It would have been 10 days. So they added 10 days, got 13 days, 12 hours, took away those 4 hours they added to make it an easier number, and they got the 13 days, 8 hours. Let's see if this explanation matches up. I added 10 days, yep, because I realized that 9 days, 20 hours was almost 10 days. Then I subtracted 4 hours to make up for the 4 hours I added on. So here you see 3 different ways that students found that same answer of 13 days, 8 hours. It'd be interesting to see if you would find maybe a different way to add these two numbers up to get the 13 days, 8 hours, those two add-ins. All right, guys, well, that brings us to end of this video segment. I hope you found this video on how we can solve problems involving mixed units of time helpful. I'll see you next time. Great job today.